Victor Trujillo, Adam Lipsy.
Nice to meet you.
Hey man, what brings you out here?
Well, I paroled here a year ago. You know, I paroled to a sober house, and I completed the sober house, and so the resource ran out, and I got stuck up here pretty much, and here I am, homeless. You know.
When you say you completed the sober house,
yes.
Tell me about that.
It was a 3-month program. In order for me to parole from prison, I had to complete the program. So once I completed it, that was it. You know, I had to, move on. But rent up here is so expensive. You know, it was hard for me to find a spot.
Let me back up just a little so I can get some sense of it. You were in prison. What was that for?
It was for a theft. Yeah, I got caught up with this theft ring. It was kind of petty. You know, they gave me a year in prison.
What were you stealing?
It was actually Walmart. Yeah.
Was it like a shoplifting thing?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I got caught up with 3 other people. I was driving, and they went in and stole some stuff, and they came out. And I was driving, so I got caught up with in the whole mess.
Tell me about that. Like, what does that mean? Were you in the parking lot?
Yeah, I was waiting in the parking lot, just waiting for them. You know, they came to the car, and then the people, the shoplifting prevention came to my car, and they arrested us right there.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking, what a dumbass I am. You know, it was. See, and then I've had a prior record for possession case, so it wasn't like they were easy on me, you know.
Yeah.
The other people got probation or whatever, and then I ended up getting a year prison for it.
What were they taking?
I'm not sure what I think they had clothes. I think they had like $2,000 in clothes. Yeah.
I'm trying to imagine $2,000 worth of
it was a lot.
Walmart. That's got to be like.
It's a whole shopping cart.
I was gonna say that sounds like 8 shopping carts.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, it was a lot.
And did they just go running out the door with the shopping cart?
I don't think they ran. They were
just like
casual. Yeah, like they owned the shit. You know.
Yeah. And inside the thing is ringing because there's something that has no tag on it.
And
Who are these guys?
I can't even call them friends. You know, they're just people I met on the street. You know, I was trying to make some money to get me a motel room that night, and it just went all bad. You know.
Whose car were you driving?
It was my car. It was my truck at the time. Yeah.
And that got seized.
Yeah. Yep. So I go to jail, and I'm in jail for 3 months. You know, they send me notices. My truck's in the impound. Well, I can't get it out. You know, I have no money. So by the time I finish this whole thing, the truck's gone. You know. So I did the prison, went to the sober house, completed that, and here I'm in Denver.
I'm still kind of trying to work out the whole. So what were you on when you thought that these 3 randoms, you were going to put them in your truck and you guys were going to walk out with 2,000? How high were you?
Pretty high, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely high.
And what were you using?
I was smoking marijuana and doing meth at the time. Yep. You know, I wasn't in the right state of mind. Of course not.
No.
Of course not.
Clearly, I mean,
no.
The whole plan was we're just going to walk out.
And I took them once before, you know. And
it worked once before.
It did work once before, yes. And I made, a decent amount of money once before on it. And so.
How much is a decent amount of money? A couple $100?
$800.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, it wasn't always Walmart. It was Kohl's, you know, the high-end stores. You know, just wherever they decided they wanted to go, that's where I took them. So.
In your truck?
In my truck, yes. That was my mission. That was my benefit, was my truck. They had no ride, you know. But at the end of the day, it was my loss, you know, because they didn't lose shit. You know, they didn't have nothing to lose. I lost my truck, obviously. And I lost my freedom for a while too.
How much is meth?
It's cheap.
What-
It's dirt cheap.
What is that like in dollars?
I don't know. $20 you can get enough for a couple days. You know, just depending on how much you use.
How did you get started? And we'll get off the drugs in a minute.
Uh-huh.
But how did you get started on
On the meth,
it? Yeah.
just partying, just going out and partying with chicks, and that's what they use. So that's what I chose to use with them.
I'm scared out of my mind thinking about that.
Yes, it
But-
sucks. It's
and
not.
You see the thing with the keys.
Yeah.
And the whole, like, so what was the appeal? You know what I mean? Like, what was
It
the
was
thing?
just party, stay up, partying all night, and you don't get tired. You know, it's not right now. I don't use meth right now. I mean, because like you say, the missing teeth and all that shit.
Yeah.
Thank God I still have all my teeth. But I'm not like I don't use meth right now because certain reasons I lost all my shit before because of it.
Yeah.
I do smoke marijuana right now to try to, mellow out like that, and it's legal.
Mostly legal.
Well, yeah, it's close. Everyone in the park's burning it.
Yeah.
And everyone in the park is burning other whatever too. But you just gotta stay away from the bullshit.
And you said you had some prosecutions for stuff before that.
Yeah, I had a possession case. I used to sell cocaine, and got caught up in that. And they gave me 5 years for that before.
And you did 5?
I did 3 years and 9 months on that one.
And where was that?
That was in New Mexico. Yeah. I got caught down there with 2 ounces of cocaine.
How do you start selling cocaine?
It's easy money, fast
I
money.
mean, I know it's not an infomercial. It's
No.
Like, call this number and we'll sell you.
It's crazy because I moved to Pueblo, Colorado, from New Mexico, and I was looking for some weed one day. This is when it wasn't legal, and I met this chick. She sold me some weed, and her boyfriend was a Mexican guy. And one day he's like, he asked me if I could sell some cocaine for him, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't know what that's all about. So then I go out of town to frame some housing for the state of Colorado for this company, and I go to this little house party, and this lady asks if I could find some cocaine for her, and I'm like, well, matter of fact, I can,
Yeah.
So I get her some cocaine, and I made $400 profit in my pocket on that, just one deal, and that's how it started for me, like that easy. So every week I'd make $400 off just that one lady, and
How much was she spending?
1,000. I'd get it for 6, and she'd spend 1,000 a week.
Did the guy who you were getting it from know what you were selling it for?
Oh yeah, and he was making all kinds of profit. Yeah. See, but then it turned in from me selling to that one lady to selling to multiple people. They'd find out what I was selling, and it was just like, well, sell me this, and so that's what it was, until I got caught.
I want to go backwards in time to Victor, right?
Yes, sir.
Like little Victor. Like
Yeah.
you're 6, 7, 8
Uh-huh.
years old. Tell me about that kid.
Yeah, my dad worked hard. My mom worked hard. I went to school. I was good in school. I started smoking marijuana at about 10.
How did that
I don't. Just the friends I was hanging around with, they would steal weed from their parents, and we just smoke. Their parents smoked, and it was the thing to do, I guess.
Yeah.
So it started from there, kind of like the drug scene. A lot of people say it don't start from shit like that, but I think it does. It starts from marijuana, weed, and then you go to, selling cocaine, I guess, Or I did, so I can't speak for no one else, but that's how it started for me, pretty much. You know, well, getting around the people that was in the drug scene, you know, because back then when weed was illegal, you know, it's a drug, you know, so it was the drug scene, you know.
I want to ask, like, maybe like an overly simple question. Was there a time between when you were 10 and started smoking weed? How old were you when you got arrested for possession on the coke?
On that, I was 18.
All right, so somewhere in that 8-year span,
Mhm.
was there a minute where you were like, this is going to go badly? Like, I'm worried, I'm not happy, this is not what I want.
It actually went pretty good for when I was smoking the marijuana, and then really bad went wrong until I started, you know, dabbling in the other shit, you know, the what got me was the easy money, it was the fast money, you know. I don't know, it was
And so it was like that. It was like
super
everything's
fast.
great to holy crap.
Yeah, exactly. So as I catch that case, and then I actually have 2 possession cases for cocaine, because I do that case and then I get out and start selling again, you know, and get caught on that one. So what I'm getting at is my records, you know, it's shot. So right now I cannot, like,
You do not look upstanding.
yeah, nothing, can't do nothing, or else I'm going back to prison, you know.
How old are you?
I'm 39. Yep. So I got to straighten it up, you know.
Yeah. All right, so you've been in and out
Since I was 18.
21 years.
Yes. Yep. It's a long time.
You were in for 3.5. How much for the second one?
The second one, they gave me. I only got 2 years on that one.
Okay.
2 years, yeah.
All right.
And
so
then
you spent 6.5 years
about
in various
6.
prisons.
Yes. Yep.
So knowing all that, and that all is super hard to contend with. So you spent 6.5 years inside in
Yeah.
the last 21 years. That means you spent almost 15 years outside.
Yep.
What's it like trying to make it work outside?
My hardest part now is when I paroled to Denver, because I lost my mom when I was in prison, and you know she held our family together. So within that time, my dad got remarried, you know, to this new lady. We don't get along, you know, just because of, you know, my criminal record. She thinks I'm a horrible person. But yeah, so since I lost my mom, like everything just went pretty bad with our family, you know. So I don't ask that part for help or nothing, you know. Actually, I'm trying to. I'm going back to Pueblo. I'm trying to raise a little funds to get the bus ticket. But I talked to my daughter the other day on Messenger, and she had put out a missing persons report on me. Matter of fact, and I was like, you know, I looked on Facebook, and she had mentioned this on Facebook. I'm like, wow, you know. So I contact her. I'm like, I'm good. I'm okay. She's like, well, I want you to come live with me. So I said, well, you know, I'm not all about trying to live, you know, mess up what you got going on, but shit, I could use the help right now, you know, just get back on my feet. And Pueblo's slower paced and everything. There's not many jobs, but, you know, it's better than being up here homeless, you know.
Tell me about your daughter.
She's good. She works for the state hospital in Pueblo.
How old is she?
She's 21. Yep. She's the youngest person that works for the state hospital, matter of fact. She's doing real good. Proud of her.
So she was born right around the time you went to jail.
Yes. Right away. I was in prison. No, I was out when she was born, but I was going through the courts and stuff when, you know, I had met her mom.
What's her name?
Oh, my daughter?
Yeah.
Her name is Angelique. Yeah. Yeah, she's real good. And then I got a son, he's in the Marines. Yeah. He's 18. He signed up for 4 years in the Marines. He's in Florida. Yep. So he's doing real good. And then My other daughter, she's 17. She's gonna graduate this year, and she lives with my dad in Springs, Colorado Springs. So she's doing real good too.
Your dad helped out with the
Yes,
kids?
yeah. My dad has had the kids when I was in prison. You know, took care of them. Matter of fact, he had me. He adopted my daughter. He wanted to adopt her, so I talked to her about it, and she said, "Yeah, it's fine, Dad." So I signed over my daughter to my dad, which, you know, I made sure it was all right in her head, you know,
How old is
mentally. My daughter, she's 17.
17-year-old. And when
Yes.
did you sign her over?
It's been about 5 years, 6 years.
So she was 11 or 12.
Yeah, yeah. And I was just looking at more of her future than you know, being selfish and you know. So I signed custody over to my dad. So
Why do you think Angelique invited you to live with her?
she's just worried about me, you know. She's ever since I've been up here, she don't like Denver, and you know, she hears all these bad stories about up here, and then it's getting cold up here, you know, and it has been getting cold, and she's just worried, you know. Me and Angelique, we're real tight, you know.
Should she be worried?
She's not as worried as she is, but you know, I don't blame her for being worried, but like,
No, you do not condone to that. They're forcing you to do
I mean, I don't think she should be that worried, but
I don't know how to ask this question. How does she care so much about you that she's going to invite you in?
yeah, I've always been there. Like, not the prison. Like when I was in prison, I wasn't there obviously, but when I was out, you know, she could call me and I'd be there, you know, because I haven't always been homeless. Like I've only been homeless for going on a couple months now, you know. This is just a little part of my life. I just got to figure out where I'm going and what I'm doing. I'm kind of being stubborn in my head, like not asking for help. You know, I got to do this myself.
So what would bottom look like? Like where? Like,
This is it.
This is it.
Yeah, I don't see worse than this. Fuck, you know, this is bottom. This is it. This is
What's the hardest, worst thing you've had to deal with out here?
the cold. It's been cold out here, you know. And like I say, I'm kind of stubborn. I don't like asking for help from nobody because I don't want to hear the response that they're gonna give me, or you know,
Like what?
like no, or you know, I don't know. I've always been independent, you know. I've always had a good job. I mean, I haven't always been on the low, you know. It's just so once I get this bus ticket back to Pueblo, this is it, you know. If I have to go work for $15 an hour, that's what it's gonna be, you know. It's whatever.
Yeah, how much is that bus ticket actually?
It's $57.
It's $57 to
Yeah.
get down to Pueblo.
Yeah.
And what are you gonna? Let me just ask this question because I'm a little worried about you just because you took these 3 random guys who thought they could walk out
Yeah.
of Walmart with the thing in your truck.
Uh-huh.
That truck probably cost like $3,000.
I paid $5,000 for it.
Yeah, so like,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, that's a net loss of
Yeah.
a shit ton of money.
Fuck, and a ride.
Apart from the fact that it was stealing and everything else, it's just bad math.
Yeah, it was just all bad.
So okay, so you did that bad math before.
Hmm.
How are you gonna start doing better math? Like, what are you gonna do to turn this around?
I'm just gonna do me. I'm not gonna
What
like.
does that mean? Come on. What do you got to do? Like
I gotta
brass
just
tacks?
focus and just start doing the right thing. You know, start making honest money and you know go back to what I used to do, framing houses and being with my daughter and you know just staying away from that bullshit. You know.
You've gotten gigs before with a record. What's that like asking for a job when?
That's tough. It's tough. And right now,
Hello. Sorry. I'm like still in the shine or whatever. Do you filming condone to child pornography and rape?
I have no idea
Yes,
what
you
you're
do.
talking about right now.
This is
and we're right in the middle
I
of something.
understand.
So how about like
Well, because some people cannot see, you know what I mean? You have 2 minutes to what for your guys' confession, trying to confuse somebody else who cannot see you.
I think
Excuse us, I'm so
maybe
sorry.
could just
We're
walk
been
away.
trying to convict me for what?
I'm-
Interrupting pornography? For saying this is not okay? But why don't you shoot somebody? Well, why do you guys keep convicting me? So you're trying me, try you. Is what? What does this mean? So this is what you're teaching our kids.
What's your name?
Well,
I don't need to shake hands with you. What's your name? I'm sorry.
Are you trying to convince me for that little?
No, I'm trying not to catch COVID with you right now.
But you're already catching COVID. That's a
I'm right in the
subliminal
middle of
message.
something else.
That is literally a subliminal message. We let it go as far as this. No, I did. Literally. And you are in my household wearing undercover garment in our homes.
I'll
Wearing
put my mask on,
undercover.
if that makes you feel more comfortable. I still don't know your name. I'm
Yes,
Adam.
you do. You are lying. And what are you doing teaching kids in an elementary school like that? Not once or twice. And don't say Junior, none of them like it.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, she's out there, bro. She's always doing some bullshit.
We're
That's
actually just trying to talk to people.
that's
I didn't even talk to her. I
Yeah.
just didn't need her interrupting our thing.
that's the stuff I'm getting away from, bro. That's exactly why I'm trying to just go. That's exactly why.
I think the question I had asked, and we'll move on right after this. But what is it like in the middle of a pandemic with a record trying to get construction work?
Well, my biggest problem right now is I don't have an ID, so it's even harder, you know. And being homeless, it's like we don't even know there's a pandemic really until you guys come from like.
With masks. And
Yeah,
stuff.
you know, they don't really give a fuck about us really. I don't even know who they are, but you know, I don't even realize that there's shit going on until I gotta walk into a store.
So when you walked out of the treatment center, you were there 90 days.
Uh-huh.
Where did you catch a bus? Did you hike? Did you walk?
I was seeing this chick at the time, so she helped me out for a couple weeks, but she lived with her parents, and it just wasn't comfortable for me, you know. And I stayed with a friend for a little bit, you know. That got uncomfortable. Went to another friend's house, that got uncomfortable. You know, it's just they have their own families, and I get, you know, I'm not trying to sit there and, you know. So I just kept moving on, and then it just came to like being homeless, you know. Like, it's only been a couple months or whatever, but it's been a long couple months, you know. I've never been homeless. I'm kind of sad about it, you know.